Just a few weeks away from the end of the regular season. Welcome back to CA Hoops Weekly, presented by Geico. I'm Bobby Broyles, along with Bill Potter. Bill, the exciting saga that is CA men's basketball this year continues as the regular season title is truly up for grabs with only a few weeks remaining.
You're right, Bobby, and over the course of last week, 3 different teams held at least a share of first place in the CAA. We started last week with a 3-way tie between William & Mary, Charleston, and Hofstra. By the end of Thursday, Charleston held sole possession of first. And when the dust settled on Saturday night, Hofstra was in first place by itself. The Pride moved into first by rallying past Northeastern on Saturday afternoon. With its 75-71 win, Hofstra won its 4th straight game and now owns a half-game lead over Charleston, heading into a huge showdown on Thursday night. Now, meanwhile, Delaware maintained its status as the hottest team in the CAA with a last-second win over James Madison. The Blue Hens have now won 6 straight games, the program's best winning streak in CAA play since the 2013-14 season. And one of the youngest teams in the country, Elon entered last week without a road win. By the end of last week, the Phoenix had 2 straight victories on the road and have now won 3 straight games overall. And after a 31-point, 12-rebound tour de force at Charleston, Marcus Sheffield II was named CAA Co-Player of the Week, sharing the accolade with Delaware's Nate Darling.
We spoke with our CA Hoops insider, Eamon Brennan, and got his thoughts on the recent developments in the league race. Joining us now, our CAA Hoops insider, Eamon Brennan. And Eamon, this conference, the last 2 weeks continues to show the competitiveness. I mean, just looking at Saturday's results, Jamie pushing Delaware to the brink, UNCW knocking off William & Mary, and Elon with a victory at Charleston. Just talk about the conference tournament, coming up and how crazy it can be and the potential it has to be one of the most entertaining conference tournaments in the country.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about it all season long, really, about a league. Sort of when we first were getting our arms around the league, we were talking about, there being this tight cluster of teams at the top and how it could be an interesting title race. And as we've gone throughout, we thought maybe a team like William & Mary would emerge when they started off the season so well, but no, it's this league is crazy this year, and I think if you look at the conference standings right now, it tells you everything you need to know. I mean, Hofstra is a half game out ahead of Charleston, 2 teams that we thought would be competing for the conference title. But then, you've got Delaware at 8-4, Towson at 8-5, William & Mary's now at 8-5, and the teams of the likes of Drexel, Northeastern, Elon, in ways that we didn't expect. So. There is still that tight cluster at the top, but other than that, what we've expected from this league has not always borne out. And honestly, it's probably better for it. Like you mentioned, given the stakes, involved with the conference tournament coming up later this year, the prospect of a team or a league that's crazy in the regular season, I think bodes well in terms of entertainment value for a conference tournament with an NCAA tournament bid on the line.
You can check out the entire interview with our CA men's basketball insider, Eamon Brennan, now on casports.com and the league's social media outlets. Time to dive into a few matchups, and let's begin with our nationally televised broadcast on the CBS Sports Network. First place will be on the line as Hofstra plays host to the College of Charleston Thursday night at 7 o'clock.
The hype for this one started early in the week as first place is on the line in a nationally televised game that's going to feature some of the best guards in the CAA. For Charleston, Grant Riller has been as good as advertised all season. The senior's averaging nearly 22 points and over 5.5 rebounds and 4 assists per game, and stacks up in front of some of the nation's top lead guards in terms of offensive efficiency. On the other side of the ball, Hofstra boasts incredible balance, with all 5 starters sitting in the top 24 of the CAA in scoring. DeJour Bowie leads the Pride and is 5th in the CAA in scoring with nearly 19 points per game, while his 5.5 assists lead the conference. And back on January 18th, these teams played a great one, with Sam Miller gathering an offensive rebound and flipping in a layup with 9 seconds left to lift Charleston to a 2-point win. So expect another great one on CBS Sports Network.
Yep. Also on Thursday night at 7 over on FlowHoops.com, it will be Delaware on the road to take on Elon. A great matchup, Bill, as both these teams are 2 of the hottest teams in the league right now.
They sure are, and someone's winning streak's going to come to an end on Thursday night as Delaware brings its 6-game winning streak to the Schar Center, where Elon is also on a 3-game winning streak. The Blue Hens have been getting contributions across its starting lineup as its depth presents matchup problems. If you want to take away Dylan Painter and Justin Mutz down low, then Kevin Anderson, Ryan Allen, and Nate Darling can win games on the perimeter or by breaking down defenses. And of course, the opposite applies if you try and take away Delaware's trio of guards. Darling is third in the CAA with nearly 21 points per game, and as we mentioned, he shared co-player of the week honors with Marcus Sheffield II. Sheffield is the veteran on a youth-laden Elon team, and with just over 18 points per game, he is 7th in the CAA in scoring. Meanwhile, 3 freshmen have taken CAA Rookie of the Week accolades this year in Hunter McIntosh, Hunter Woods, and Zach Irvin. McIntosh and Woods are 2 of 3 freshmen to rank in the top 30 of the CAA in scoring, each averaging over 10 points per game. And the Phoenix are going to let it fly from three-point range, ranking 6th in the CAA with over 700 three-pointers attempted. And if you remember back on January 18th, these teams played a classic in Newark, as Jacob Cushing's three-pointer with 5 seconds to play lifted Delaware to a dramatic 79-78 win over the Phoenix, and we could see another great one between these two teams.
Moving on to Saturday at 4 o'clock on FlowHoops.com, we'll stay with the Blue Hens as they complete their road trip at William & Mary.
You know, these teams enter the weekend separated by just a half game in the CAA, and for the first time since conference play started, William & Mary is now playing the role of the hunter, narrowly trailing Delaware in the standings.
Yep.
The matchup down low should be fun to watch, as Delaware is going to send Justin Mutz, Dylan Painter, and Colin Goss against Nathan Knight and Andy Van Vliet. Knight and Van Vliet have combined for 28 double-doubles on the year, with Knight's 20 double-doubles leading the nation. And on the other side of the ball, Mutz and Painter have totaled 11 double-doubles, which is impressive considering that Painter has only been playing since the end of December. When these teams met back on January 16th, William & Mary earned a 9-point road win behind Knight's 25 points and 14 rebounds. Now, a difference maker in that game and someone to watch in this one was Miguel Ayesa, who came off the bench and was a perfect 5 of 5 from the field, including 4 3-pointers. In that game as well, Kevin Anderson led the Blue Hens with 25 points, while Nate Darling had 13. And in Delaware's winning streak, those two have traded game-winning efforts, so look for the ball to be in either one of their hands in a close game late.
And we wrap up with a Saturday contest at 4 o'clock on FlowHoops.com as Elon will play host to Drexel. An important game here, Bill, for these two teams when it comes to fighting for a top 6 seed.
You know, with this competition in the CAA so close this year, the difference between having to play 3 games in 3 days of the conference tournament or having to play 4 and 4 could be a massive advantage.
Yes.
So this game's going to be circled on the calendar for both teams. We'll see some of the best young talent in the CAA in this one, beginning with Drexel's Cameron Winter. Winter sits 10th in the CAA with over 15 points per game, and the sophomore is one of 2 players in the conference averaging more than 5 assists. Meanwhile, Hunter McIntosh, Hunter Woods, and Zach Irvin have won CAA Rookie of the Week honors a combined 4 times. And of course, these teams also have some upperclassmen leading the way. James Butler has recorded 16 double-doubles for the Dragons, and the junior is leading the CAA with nearly 12 rebounds per game. And Marcus Sheffield II is averaging over 18 points per game for Elon and is one of 8 players in the conference hitting over 40% of his three-pointers.
Now here's a look at the rest of the upcoming action around CAA men's basketball. The Colonial takes over the Capitol. Join us March 7th through the 10th at the Entertainment and Sports Arena for all of the action and excitement in Washington, D.C. as 10 CAA teams battle for a berth in the NCAA tournament. It's the 2020 Hercules Tire CAA Men's Basketball Championship. CASports.com will have all the information you need this week regarding links to live stats, video, and audio coverage.
And of course, you can also continue to follow the league on Facebook and Instagram by searching CA Sports, and we are also on Twitter at CA Basketball using the hashtag CAA Hoops.
The CAA on-campus crew was in Wilmington, North Carolina last weekend. You can revisit their trip on the league's social media outlets, and make sure to tune in Thursday to CASports.com for a feature on UNCW.
You know, we had the opportunity to sit down with Ty Gadsden and interim head coach Rob Burke and talk about Gadsden's journey at UNCW, coming to the school and really fighting through injuries this season and then playing a key role as the Seahawks have really rebounded in the second half of the season.
Yes, they have. Our crew concludes their on-campus series this week at JMU. That is it from us today. Enjoy the games, everyone.